If you search for cloud jobs today, everything looks confusing. DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, SREs, AI platform engineer, ML infrastructure engineer, different titles, similar words, completely different expectations. This is why so many people feel stuck. They are learning cloud skills, but they do not know which roles they are actually preparing for. The truth is, cloud jobs in 2026 are no longer one size fits all. Some roles are becoming more AI focused, some are becoming more infrastructure focused, and some more customer facing. And here's why it matters. By 2026, 95% of all workloads are predicted to run on cloud native platforms, and ML engineer positions alone are predicted to grow by 40% from 2023 to 2027. So the demand is exploding. And if you do not understand the difference between all these roles early on, you might spend years preparing for a role that might be slowly fading. Hey everyone, I'm Vishakha, a senior solutions architect, and in this video, I'm going to break down 10 cloud job roles that will be high in demand in 2026. I'm going to walk you through what each role actually does, the skills you need for it, and honestly, who it's really meant for. By the end of this video, my hope is that you get some clarity on the role that fits you and where you can focus your preparation. Alright, let's jump right in. Number one role is cloud engineer. So what does this role actually do? Basically, you're building and managing the core cloud infrastructure. You're handling compute, storage, networking, DevOps, all core and foundational stuff. And you're automating setups so that systems can scale reliably without breaking. Skills you need for this role. You need to know at least one major cloud platform, rather it be AWS, Google Cloud, OCI, Azure. You'll also need expertise in ISC tooling like Terraform, Pulumi, Crossplane, and basic to intermediate understanding of containerization and tools like Docker and Kubernetes. And to top it off, you need to have basic scripting and automation skills. Now, here's how your day would look like. This role is hands-on. You are implementing pipelines using cloud managed services, working through support tickets, helping with cloud migrations, and also collaborating directly with cloud providers. So for anything, if you're deploying a Kubernetes cluster on AWS, you can connect with the EKS team on AWS through support portal, and they'll help you fix the issue. Now, who is this for? People who genuinely like hands-on technical work. If you're a problem solver who actually likes fixing issues, this could be your sweet spot. The second role is cloud architect. Here, you are designing complete cloud systems before it's even built. Your focus is on scalability, security, and cost efficiency. You're also making some high-level decisions that impacts the entire organization. So it's a heavy role. Now, for this role, you need expertise in multiple cloud services, security design and compliance, cost optimization, and architecture trade-offs, plus strong communication skills. I've also shared a detailed cloud architect roadmap earlier. You can check it in the description below. Now, this may or may not be an entry-level role. I have seen people having 1 to 2 years of experience in cloud also entering into associate cloud architect roles. So it really depends on the depth of cloud knowledge you have. For this role, you're working both with internal and external customers regularly. Then you're translating business and technical requirements into use cases. Your days involve running POCs, delivering demos, and guiding customer through architectural decisions until they're ready to deploy in production. Who is this for? Strategic thinkers. No. So honestly, anyone who's good with whiteboarding, who likes connecting systems, who has some information around system design concepts, this role is for you. Third most rising role is AI and ML solutions architect. Here, you are designing end-to-end AI system on cloud. Think yourself as a bridge between data scientists and cloud teams. You are planning how models get trained, deployed, and scaled. Now, for this role, you need to be familiar with cloud AI platforms, basically the managed AI services like SageMaker, Google Cloud's Vertex AI, or Azure ML. You also need to be familiar with model deployment and inference workflows, vector databases and embeddings, plus GPU cost optimization. Now, the reality check for this role, you must speak cloud and machine learning fluently. You're constantly bridging the gap between data teams and the infrastructure teams. Then you're running architecture reviews, evaluating different model deployment patterns, and making trade-off decisions that impacts both cost and performance. There's no room for guesswork here. Now, why is this role growing so fast? Most companies are really struggling to deploy AI at scale. Yes, scale is the keyword here. So there's a huge opportunities for engineers who understand both sides of the equation. The fourth role is forward deployed engineer. It's pretty hot in the market. Now, what you're doing in this role? Here, you're working directly with the customers to build AI solutions. You're basically embedded within the client teams, rapidly prototyping and deploying cloud and AI systems. So for this role, you need to be an expert with LLMs and cloud services, plus have an understanding of full stack development. This role also requires strong problem solving under pressure and excellent communication skills. In your day-to-day, you are either integrating LLMs into the existing systems, fine-tuning models for specific use cases, building RAG pipelines with proprietary data, debugging API connections in real time, and creating POC applications that demonstrates AI capabilities. The learning curve for this role is extremely steep, but you gain hands-on AI implementation experience faster than any other role. Now, why do companies pay premium for this role? Because you are delivering AI expertise directly to the clients with immediate business impact. That's incredibly valuable. Our fifth role is AI cloud engineer or LLM ops engineer. In this role, you are deploying and managing LLM-based applications. You're building pipelines for prompts, models, and inference. And you're constantly monitoring cost, latency, and model quality. So for this role, you need to be skilled with deploying RAG pipelines, be extremely familiar with vector databases, and have some hands-on experience with model deployment and fine-tuning. On top of it, you would be doing a lot of cost monitoring for inference workloads. A quick reality check for this role, it barely even existed 2 years ago. Now, it's one of the fastest growing role out there. So in your day-to-day, you're constantly experimenting new tools, debugging prompt pipelines, optimizing token usage to control cost, and monitoring model performance in production. Honestly, this field is evolving so rapidly that you need to be comfortable with continuous learning. Now, why this role matters? LLM systems breaks different than traditional software. So there were traditional applications and now there are LLM applications. Both create different problems and we need to solve them both. So companies desperately need specialists who actually understands the landscape. Our number 6 role is our favorite DevOps engineer. Here you're building CI/CD pipelines, automating deployments and infrastructure, and basically improving collaboration between dev and ops team. So for this role, you need to be familiar with the DevOps practice and how different tools help with the practice. You should be familiar with CI tools like GitHub Actions or Jenkins, Kubernetes and cloud platforms, monitoring and logging tools like Prometheus, Grafana, OpenTelemetry, and have some solid experience with infrastructure as code. Now, what's changing for this role in 2026? This role now includes AI-assisted automation. AIOps is basically improving IT-based tasks using AI, like for instance, summarizing logs or with incident management. So AIOps is becoming a part of your daily work. Now, a quick reality check for this role. It's not only about tools, it's about mindset and culture change. You're breaking silos between development and operations team, automating repetitive tasks, responding to pipeline failures, and continuously improving deployment process. You need to balance speed with stability, and you're often the person who gets called when the deployment goes wrong. Our 7th role is cloud security engineer. So for this role, you're protecting cloud infrastructure from attacks. Then you're managing identity, access, compliance checks, and detecting as well as responding to the security threats. So for this role, you need to be familiar with cloud platform in general, then dive deeper into the security-based services within that platform. Skills around IAM and access control, security frameworks and audits, understanding of threat detection and response, plus AI security fundamentals. Make sure you go through the security-based services offered by your preferred cloud provider. Now, what's new in 2026 for this role? Model security and prompt injection prevention are now crucial. The attack surface is increasing because of the AI systems. Now, why this role is important? First, because a lot of people don't try because they think it requires a lot of experience, which is true, but there's also a supply gap. There just aren't enough qualified people for this role. So, this is your chance. Go so solid with security that your skills speak, not your years of experience. As a reality check for this role, you're the last line of defense. Your days involve running security audits, investigating suspicious activities, implementing security controls, responding to vulnerabilities, and ensuring compliance with various frameworks. Now with AI, there's so many frameworks that you need to constantly monitor and audit. So when there's any security incident in the company, you are handling the response. The pressure is high because the stakes are high. Now, our next role is site reliability engineer. Your job is to ensure that systems stay reliable at scale. You're handling monitoring, incidents, and automation. Also designing systems for failure and recovery. Skills you need for this role. Number one is strong programming skills. Pick one programming language, rather it be Python, Go, or Rust. Then you need to have systems thinking. Plus, you need to be familiar with observability tools and automation frameworks. Now, as a 2026 twist, you are now managing AI model reliability and inference SLAs too. As a reality check in your day-to-day life, on-call is absolutely part of the job. You're setting SLOs and SLIs, writing postmortems after incidents, building monitoring dashboards, and creating runbooks for common issues. For this role, you need to be comfortable with being woken up at 3 a.m. when production goes down. This is a high responsibility role where reliability is everything. Now, the next role is ML infrastructure engineer. In this role, you're building infrastructure for model training and inference. Then you focus on performance, reliability, and scale. Plus, you need to support large models and datasets. Now, skills you need for this role: knowledge in distributed training systems, model serving platforms, data pipeline optimization, and GPU or TPU orchestration. As a reality check, this role requires strong backend and ML knowledge. It's a rare skill combination. In your day-to-day, you're managing GPU clusters, optimizing distributed training jobs, debugging out-of-memory errors, setting up model serving endpoints, and most importantly, you are ensuring that data scientists can train their models efficiently. Why is it so valuable? Because training large models needs serious infrastructure expertise. Not everyone can do this or would want to do this. Now, our last role, that is the cloud data engineer role. In this role, you are building and managing data pipelines in the cloud. You are creating systems that collect, transform, and store massive data sets so that data scientists and analysts can use it. Think yourself as an architect of data flow. You are the one who knows how data flows through all the systems. Skills you need for this role: ETL and ELT pipeline development, experience with cloud data warehouses like Snowflake, BigQuery, or Redshift. In addition, you need expertise in data orchestration flow like Apache Airflow. Also, you should be a master of SQL and know Python for data processing. This role is all about data reliability and scale. Your pipelines need to handle billions of records without breaking. And when they do break, you are the one fixing them. You're monitoring data quality, debugging failed jobs, optimizing query performance, and ensuring SLAs are met. Data teams depend on you completely. If your pipeline is down, their work stops. Now, why is this role exploding? Every company is becoming data-driven, and all the data lives in cloud now. Without data, engineers, data scientists can't literally do their job. So you are the foundation of the entire data stack. Now, who is this for? People who like SQL, enjoy working with data at scale, and those who want to enable analytics and AI teams. So to conclude, there's no single best cloud role in 2026. If you are a beginner, roles like cloud engineer or AI cloud engineer gives you the right foundations and hands-on experience. If you want long-term growth and leadership, roles like cloud architect or AI ML solutions architect makes more sense. If security appeals you, cloud security engineer is one of the safest bets. If you want high impact inside a company, look for the ML infra engineer role. And if you enjoy fast-paced work and direct problem solving with customers, forward deployed engineer offers unmatched learning. So the key is to choose based on fit and not hype. So that was it. All the cloud roles that you need to know in 2026. If this video helped you with some clarity, like it and share it with someone who's also confused around cloud careers. Comment below which role you are aiming for and I will create a detailed guide based on that. Subscribe for more cloud career roadmaps and breakdowns and I will see you in the next video.